Get you through my morning every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Dating can be tough, Jobs.
Yeah, it can be
The
very
rules, the regulations, what's happening. Are you in? Are you out? Are you getting ghosted? All those types of things. It's changed across the journey.
It really has. So we need a Gen Zer to explain it all to us. So we've brought in someone who's actually not very good at relationships.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
There we go. What an introduction.
A real don't do this type operator. Don't do what producer Zoe does.
I can't even be mad because
No.
it's true.
You're the first one to admit it.
The absolute first. No, there are some trending dating terms going at the moment, and some of them absolutely are a thing that is
Okay.
happening amongst myself and my single friends.
Yeah.
I'll talk you through a few of them. Pocketing. Hiding a partner from your social circle or avoiding public acknowledgement of the relationship. Lots of that with not posting your partner on your socials or
Why?
not really acknowledging it.
Are you scared that it'll fail? Is that what?
Yeah.
I
Or
guess
you're
there's a myriad
embarrassed
of
about your
reasons. If
partner.
you're embarrassed or they're not cool enough for you, whatever it might be, I see a bit of that. Dating, prioritising budget-friendly dates to save money. Everyone should be doing that.
What's
that
that
one's
called?
fair.
What's it called?
It's after dating, but I imagine afford
Affordable.
dating.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's something that more and more people should do because I get the whole, you really want to impress these people, but
Nah.
yeah, not at the expense of all of your money.
Especially if it doesn't work out, there goes all your money.
Yep.
Pink flag, a mild warning sign in dating. Less alarming than a red flag, but it's worth noting.
Yes, just a lighter shade
Okay.
of red.
It's just sort of
That's clever.
tickling your flag.
Yeah.
This one I wish I was better at. Sneating.
What's snake?
Going on dates solely for the free meals with no interest in the people.
Oh my gosh,
feel
if you're a
like that's a really good
sneaker,
one.
Yeah.
jeez,
Yeah.
you're a special kind of person.
And are you honest about it? Like, do you call up the girl and go, "Hey, do you want to go out for a sneaker meal?"
Yeah, you just heat up. It's just about the meals. Throning. This one's really interesting. I think we all know a few people like this. Dating someone to elevate your social status or enhance your personal image. I had a girlfriend who would not end it with this awful guy because he owned a bunch of the nightclubs here and so she'd always get free entry.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was seen as somewhat of an elevated status for her.
She was throning.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now, these two have happened to me a lot.
Right.
Paper clipping.
Okay.
Sporadic attention from an ex or a ghoster just to keep you as an option. Huge. Huge. Men love this.
Why paper clipping? Though?
Paper clipping. I just assumed that was when you have an affair with Clippy, the Microsoft Office
Oh my
assistant.
God. My brain went straight to Clippy as well when I
was
heard
like,
this term.
Clippy, so wholesome,
guess
so innocent, but yet he has so many affairs.
Paper clipping is kind of like bookmarking. You're saving it, like holding it for later,
Just holding
keeping
but
it
you can-
together.
at any stage, you can rip that piece
Yeah,
of paper
yeah,
out and,
yeah.
and discard it in the recycling bin.
Ghosters love it. They'll hit you up with a happy birthday, but then not talk to you for 12 months. You know?
Oh God, I hate these games.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one, so many of my friends are in at the moment.
Yep.
A textationship.
Oh, of
here we go.
course.
Yeah.
I think I can guess where you don't have any face-to-face contact, but it's
Pretty
all
much.
over text.
Constant texting without real commitment or progression, leaving either one person attached or indifferent. Happens all the time because of things like dating apps where you chat online first.
Yeah.
So often my friends be like, oh yeah, I've been talking to them for a while, a month. Make some sort of move,
Not enough. Yeah, I think as well that people don't know how to be firm with a start and stop.
Okay.
So that's why you sometimes are open-ended in all situations via text.
Yeah.
And that's delved into the relationship scene.
When I'm using the apps, I find it very appealing if a guy opens with, let's catch up, let's go for a drink, let's go for coffee. Because it's
Yeah.
definitive. I'm not here for a textationship.
Then other people are like, oh, he's coming on too strong.
he's a flog.
Oh, yeah, all that sort of stuff. It's pretty confusing for everybody out there.
It all sucks. Anyone who's on the apps knows it sucks.
Never been happier to be married.
Yeah.
Gosh, me too. That was very confusing.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
It's time for me to lift the lid on something that's been happening for thousands and thousands of years, Joe.
Go on.
Yes, and that is men measuring their you-know-what. That's right. We do it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say every single man at some stage in their life has measured their penis.
Really?
That's what we do that.
Can I ask a question? I've got so many questions, but my first one is, what do you hope to achieve after measuring your penis?
Length. We just want to see where everything stacks up. And can we bring in the prince of penis measuring, and that is producer Flack? I mean, this guy's there's images back in the day of him measuring his own penis in the womb.
It was a pretty...
And encouraging it to grow. Come on, little one, you can do it.
Stretching it out.
Hey, I'm happy to say grower, not a shower. Have you ever heard that term?
Oh gosh.
Only from you.
Oh, okay, yep.
What does that mean?
It just means you grow. You're not really a shower.
Oh, right.
You know.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cold.
So when I think of you measuring your, you know what, I think of those. Can you know when you get the Christmas crackers?
Yep.
And you pull them apart, and sometimes in them are a teeny tiny little ruler. Is that what you use?
Yeah. Are you asking whether the metric measurement of millimetres is involved? Maybe it is. 8,000-year-old cave drawings in Turkey feature men with penises the size of their legs.
Oh, what?
So this has been happening, they reckon, for 8,000 years.
Yeah.
And what that means is that for 8,000 years, blokes have been exaggerating as to what's actually going on. So according to a review published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, most men think the average length of an erect penis is greater than 6 inches. But here's the issue. This belief is based on studies that used self-reported measurements. so there you go. What would you think, Jodes? Just top of your head. What do you think the average size of a male penis would be?
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, 5 inches maybe.
Look at you go. Someone knows their way around. The average length of an erect penis is actually between 5.1 inches and 5.5 inches.
There you go.
Researchers think that when bias is factored in, the average falls closer to 5.1 inches.
5.1.
There you go.
All right, come on then. Where do you sit?
Well, what I will say is that I think I'm about average, give or take a couple of inches. So is it 7 or 3?
Coming up with Nova 919's Jody and Hazy.
Who's to say? Weather conditions, what's happening in the world, all those sorts
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. We'll get a better idea when we release our Hot Men of Adelaide, Hot Dads of Adelaide calendar.
Ooh, absolutely.
I think we're going to see more of you than anyone anticipated.
Yes. Like I said, did I say 2? Give or take maybe 3 inches. Watch this space.
Yep.
Hey, our pile of prezzies, we need to get to that before 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh, some of the hottest tickets and passes to all the excellent events in Adelaide. Coming up when you give it away before 7 o'clock. Yes, it is that time of the year where you're going to see 1 or 2, maybe several advent calendars in your house.
All different types. We've spoken about this. You can get an advent calendar for every occasion, can't you?
Yes.
What did the Hayes household go for?
Well, they've got the chocolate ones.
Yes.
The thing about an advent calendar is you sort of base your life around this tiny little chocolate treat when it's almost in the same bracket as going to a skill tester to try and win chocolate and spending heaps of money on trying to win chocolate when you can just buy chocolate.
You could buy like a celebrations for half the price that you invest in those stupid little claw things.
Yeah.
Pick them up and then you're like, yes, 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 and then they drop them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's such a roller coaster ride. And then in your head you're going, oh my God, I could just go to Coles. And
I've just spent $15.
Yeah.
Form of gambling.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It really is, isn't it? It's like teaching the little ones, hey, this is what it's like to be addicted to dolphin treasure.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so what we've learnt in our house with our advent calendars is that my 2 kids, I've got 3 kids, but the 6 and the 4-year-old have 2 very different personalities.
Okay, yes.
And we've learnt that the 4-year-old, our daughter, is very much like myself, and the 6-year-old is like his mother, our beautiful wife. It's my wife, it's not Henry's wife. Goodness me. Hashtag Tassie thinks. So this is what happens when you get an advent calendar. You're either very, very disciplined.
Yes.
And you do it one day at a time like you should.
Yep.
Or you go hell for leather nice and early. And you take 10 days at a time with complete caution to the wind.
I have a feeling I might know which one.
Have a guess.
Little Lottie.
Lottie's just gone hammer and tong. I think she ate the first 5 or 6 days worth of chocolate. And then the next 4 or 5 days, she just opened it up for the thrill of opening up the chocolate. Versus disciplined Henry is taking it one day at a time. And he's just had 1 treat per day. And so much so that he even said afterwards, because he's a little empath, it's okay, Lottie, if you've eaten all your chocolate, you can share with me. Do not encourage her greediness.
Yeah, rewarding her bad behaviour.
That's so nice, though. And it's nice that he shares his food because Dad doesn't. Yeah. Dad doesn't share his food around here.
But my wife, 100%, very, very disciplined in that space. And if she could open up a thing of chocolate and have 2 squares and that's it.
No, can't relate.
I can do that too.
I can't do that.
I can do that.
It's all or nothing for me.
I have 2 squares or maybe 3 after every lunch. every day.
And you just stop
Really?
it too.
Yep, that's it. That's all I want.
Willpower.
Very different personalities. All or nothing for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not allowed to go to the Christmas party.
Your mother brought you an advent calendar, producers. Oh,
She did.
Tell everyone
She
what was
bought
it.
me one. Yeah.
Oh, she bought you one.
She brought it from the store and then brought it home.
Bought it and brought it to me. My mum did. I love an advent calendar, but I am a strong believer that they should be chocolate.
Yeah.
That's the tradition, right? And also a little tiny chalky treat you can have in the morning, at night, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Mum dropped me off one and went, "Merry Christmas, darling. Sour Warhead candies."
No. Boo, Bindi. Boo.
And then she conveniently, after seeing my face, hit me with the, "It's all they had." but now I can't have it in the morning because we get up at Sparrows. I'm not having a little Warhead. And so then I have my little after dinner treat and it makes me screw up my face because it's sour.
Say that's not something you look forward to either.
I know,
It's
sorry,
a sour,
Bindi.
sour lolly. Bindi's lost her mind.
Growing up, though, we had one of those ones where you pull out the drawers and you put whatever you want in them, and she nailed that. We used to have all the best chocolates in those.
They were the good old days.
Yeah, I'm holding on to that.
Yeah.
Good excuse though, isn't it?
What's that?
Anytime you're pissed off, you're like, "Oh no, just sour Warhead." just part of my advent calendar.
Just eating a Warhead.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know. I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know. What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
Need to know that chocolates are shrinking. Am I right?
Oh my gosh, yes, they very much are. And I'm noticing it as well because my brain now looks, and it happened a few days ago, I looked at the average Snickers now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is decreased dramatically.
Yeah.
And now my brain says, do you know what? You can have that
Yeah.
and call it a little treat versus there's less guilt than what the Snickers used to be a couple of years ago.
So what I'm looking at now is a picture of Nestle's Quality Streets tin. It's been shared to social media. It shows the tin between the 1980s and now. So a 500-gram box currently retails at $34 in the supermarket. In the 80s, it was absolutely massive, and now it is, I reckon, half.
It's literally double
Is it
size back
half
in the
or
80s.
quarter even?
No, I reckon it's dead set. It's been halved
Yeah.
since the 80s.
Yeah. But even the other ones, like the celebrations ones, have gotten smaller, I'm sure of it. And there's one other, is it the Cadbury one? I don't know, but they all seem to be shrinking. It's not great.
They absolutely do. And I swear, and I think what happens is you think, oh, maybe because I had little hands. Pringles were huge. Pringles were like twice the size.
Yeah.
I used to put both hands in a Pringles tin.
Yeah.
And I remember having a proper thing of Pringles, and that would last you a long, long time.
Yeah.
Now, it's probably, I could get through two punnets of Pringles, and I'd be completely fine.
Two punnets of Pringles.
Two punnets of Pringles.
2 punnets of Pringles. Is that how you measure everything, by the size of your hands, like over the years?
Kind of.
Speaking of chocolate, which obviously if you have too much of it, you're going to put on a lot of weight. Am I right?
Yes.
You know I'm a massive fan of The Imperfects, which is a podcast which is absolutely brilliant. There's a guy called Johan Hari, and he has done an episode, and he's talking about the Ozempic revolution and how it's impacting all of us as a society. I think there's a lot of people using this drug that they're not admitting to, especially a lot of celebrities that you can see that have dropped a dramatic amount of weight. But have a listen to what he says about Ozempic, and in particular how many of us will be taking a weight loss drug in the years to come.
This tool is incredible. If you're obese, I've lost a staggering amount of weight. I'm much healthier. A tool this powerful will be used for great good and great harm. We're not going to go back. We're not going to put this back in the box, right? There are some predictions that 10 years from now, half of the people of Australia will be taking these drugs. That is not implausible.
So, just in short, and this is a question without notice, what does it do?
Ozempic?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was initially for diabetes, I think. Don't quote me on this. I'm not an expert in this space at all. But you can lose 20, 30 kilos with this stuff. And I think it used to be gastric banding before, that was all the go if you had to drop a lot of weight. But you just, as I said, you just see some celebrities now who don't need to lose a dramatic amount of weight, but they have done it, and they've done it using Ozempic. But again, they're not really admitting to it.
So without being educated in this space, what I would say is probably the dangers is that if you don't have to change your diet, you're still putting the wrong things in your body,
Yeah.
but getting the right things physically.
Yeah.
And that is dangerous for your internal health, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting space, but to say that half of Australians will be on it in the years to come is extraordinary. Because I think there's a lot of
exercise.
I know there's a lot of side effects too from Ozempic. Do you know? Can I do this? Sorry, this is a question without notice, producer Flake. But can I just ask, has anyone taken Ozempic? Because we obviously don't know a lot about it. 13 24 10. If you've actually taken this drug and it's worked for you, I'd love to hear more about it because there are just so many questions surrounding it.
Yeah.
13 24 10, if you're brave enough to admit that you've been on this journey and you've taken Ozempic or a similar weight loss drug, I'd love to hear from you.
Positives, negatives,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear.
Yeah, side effects, etc.
All right, 7:27. We'll take your calls next if they come through. A couple of calls coming through already. So there you go. It has struck the shores of Adelaide.
Yeah, I mean, they could
Ozempic.
just be for Santa's Wonderland. Who's to say?
Good call.
Jody and Hazy. Song.
Yeah, producer Zoe, what are we even doing
Good
here?
morning. We're playing a really fun, awesome, wholesome game called Song. 3 songs, Nova hits and throwbacks orchestralised. You've got to buzz in with your name and tell me the name of the song and the artist. It's been a fierce competition this year. At the moment, Hazy is leading by double, 28 to 14.
Oh,
Just throw that in there.
You got 2 weeks, Jodes.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
What if theoretically, what if we were to make this week worth, say, 10?
You'd still have to win next week.
Then you'd still be 4 behind.
Still be behind.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Oh, gosh. No, I can't stress this enough. You need to show that you're on the improvement and there's something to work with for
This is
next
the thing,
year,
I'm
okay?
not that bad at this game.
No, you're not.
The
You
scores
give
are
away
just-
the answers.
I know. I would love to know how many answers I've gifted to you this year.
Oh, okay. Well, then, they're good for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show the members that you're heading in the right direction.
Okay, all right, let's get on with it.
Yes.
Please, rip
So
the Band-Aid off.
There's always 2 listeners that you're playing for to win them a Wallace Cinema Family Pass. Today, Jess from Tea Tree Gully got through first and chose Team Jody.
Oh,
Well done.
Jess, thank you. That
Good
was
on you, Jess.
Was that all about pity or?
On you, Jess.
she
You've
believes.
just tipped North Melbourne to beat Brisbane. Well done.
Oh,
Oh, righto.
all right, girl power.
Okay.
And Carly from... Don't high five, Producer Flack.
Studio.
Every time this obnoxious and arrogant, it never works for me.
No.
Okay.
And then Carly from Camden Park is the sucker stuck with Hazy.
Sorry, Carly.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's rip straight into it. I tested myself on these because I'd forgotten which songs I'd chosen.
Yep.
Easy. I'm going to be
Really?
disappointed if you don't get them.
Okay, here we
Song
go.
number 1.
Jody,
on,
that's
Jody.
Justin Bieber. What do you mean?
Well done, Jody.
Thank you.
Hazy's fallen off his chair.
Now I'm awake. Now he's interested.
Oh, now it's interesting.
Well done, Jody. That was
so
very
bored before, were you?
Starting to see why Jess was so enthusiastic.
Yeah. That was really good, Jodes. Well done.
you.
Told you, easy. This second one, I feel like, yeah, just play it. All right.
Is it? Hang on.
Use your
Is
name.
it Jody?
Name.
Is
Jody.
it the Rembrandts? And it's from Friends. And I've just gifted it to
Oh,
you.
my gosh.
Shush.
3,
Shush.
2, 1.
I'll be there for you.
Well done, Jody.
Oh, my. Unbelievable scenes. Did you know something was going on here, Jess? You got
Yes.
through first and went with Joe's.
Believed in you all the way.
Yes.
Well, this is the option. Are you going to go for the clean sweep?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, no, just call it now.
No.
No, call it while I feel really good about myself and I've got some semblance of self-esteem.
Jody, I'll tell you this. I reckon you'll nail the third song.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, song number 3, just for fun.
I know the song. Hazy.
Go on.
NSYNC. Bye, bye, bye.
Well
bye,
done.
bye, bye, bye,
Well
bye,
done.
bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Actually, impeccable vibes in here when Jody wins.
It's so vastly different, isn't it?
Let's talk about the greatest show on Australian television, maybe the world. What an absolute institution Bluey has become.
You have been known to tear up during Bluey. Am I right?
I don't know. I think it's the music and stuff that they use, but
Yeah.
there's such beautiful messages.
I know.
And they always get you towards the end.
Yeah.
A couple of times, my kid's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are Dad's eyes leaking?
Bluey's got me in the feels.
So Americans are confused by Bluey and our bizarre Australian Christmas tradition that they have spotted in one of the episodes. So the debate was sparked after Americans viewed the episode that saw Australians, i.e. the Bluey family, using Christmas crackers.
Okay.
What?
Very Australian.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Okay, so the episode is called Christmas Swim, and they're all sitting around the table and they're all wearing their little Christmas hats. And all the Americans have lost their damn minds, being like, what are those paper things on their heads?
Yeah.
Extraordinary scenes.
Which probably does look a little bit unusual for other countries.
But are we the only ones that do the Christmas hats? Is it just us?
Well, no, I think it happens in England as well. I think it's traditionally an English. They started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've sort of copied them.
Do you do the Christmas cracker thing?
Yeah, we do it.
Yeah.
And you get little hats, and you feel absolutely obliged to wear the silly little hats.
And you feel stupid. There's no question about that. I have a question for you. You'd be that guy that read the joke out.
Yeah. They're the best. They're the best dad jokes of all time.
Oh, they're not bad, are they?
That's what comes with it. It's not for everyone though. The little hats.
No, they're not.
Yeah, you've got to have a certain sized shaped head.
Don't look at me.
It can be very revealing, I guess,
Yeah,
and
I guess.
telling when you can't wear a Christmas hat that comes in the cracker.
The circumference of your head can
Yeah.
be exposed in situations like that.
Anyway, unrelated. Producer Zoe.
Yeah.
Suck. Yes, my head is too big for the Christmas hat.
Oh,
that's a
no.
shame.
It has been literally my whole life. I've got a huge head.
No, so
Massive lid.
Since when? When did you figure that she had such a melon head?
Well, you know, like in primary school, no hat, no play.
yeah.
Yeah, they had to custom make my hat from about year 4 because my head's been this big,
Oh, so your
That
head's
long.
been that big for that long.
Like a human lollipop.
pretty much. And it doesn't help that I have a lot of hair too. So it's
Oh,
just
yes.
So much hair.
so much hair.
And that
I-
just adds to the thickness, doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. Call me thick. On last weekend, I had like my friend's Christmas gathering, and
Yeah.
there was 10 of us around the table, and one person not wearing a Christmas hat, and it was me because I
Oh,
split
no.
it the second I put it on my
That's
head.
honestly the saddest story I've ever had.
You couldn't get a custom made Christmas hat?
Oh, they didn't factor me in.
Hey, do you want to know something that's going to make you feel a heap better?
Oh God, yeah.
Producer Flack also has an abnormally
Yes.
large head.
You do have a big head, Flack.
Is it just a producer thing, you guys?
What's going on? So many brains in there. Is that what's happening, guys?
So you know the hats that you buy from like any store and it says one size fits all?
Yeah,
Massive
incorrect.
lie. Massive lie. Yeah. Like it's arguably the biggest lie to humanity.
Yes.
So I have to order online XL hats.
Oh my God, me too.
You know, you see the guys.
Oh,
You know, when you're at the footy or the cricket or something, you sit behind guys with big melons like
Oh, my
Flack,
God.
and he's on the last bit.
Yeah.
He's on the last tab on his cap, and it doesn't go straight; it sort of dips.
I have to do that. I have to unbutton and sometimes have an open back of my cap.
Oh, you
Producer Flack and producer Zoe on DK mode since the age of 5.
Can you remember?
Don't clap.
Can you remember that time I flew from Queensland down to Melbourne to watch the Thunderbirds play in the grand final, and we went all the way there, and I sat in my seat, and oh my God, I sat behind a guy with the biggest melon you've ever seen, and I literally could not see the entire centre third of the netball court. His head blocked out an entire third of a netball court.
This is crazy. What a small world. That was producer Flack. Jodie, are you a complainer, or do you keep it to yourself? I think, I feel
no.
like there's two types of people in the world.
Yeah,
You either complain or you just sort of cop it and move on.
No, I'm like you because we're people pleasers, right? So I could have the worst customer service experience of all time, and I'd still smile and say thank you so much.
Yeah, I owe you. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
What can I do for you for that horrendous customer service experience?
100%. The amount of times that I've left a barber or a hairdresser with just the worst haircuts of all time. And I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Why are your eyes watering? Oh, they're tears of happiness.
Because I look awful.
Because,
Because you made me look horrific.
because now I need to wear a hat. What about this? I love this. A story from the UK. A man has been left shocked when he found a Mars bar without its signature ripple, and he's been given £2, that's $3.90
Yes.
Australian dollars, in compensation. That's what it's all about. Everyone wins. You know the ripple they're talking about
No,
on
I'm
top of the Mars
I'm
bar?
trying to picture the ripple.
Yes. It's its signature
Oh,
ripple.
so he got jibbed on the chocolate.
It was smooth.
Oh,
Completely smooth.
Right.
His name is Harry Seager. He's 34. He bought the chocolate confectionery from Services and Tame while on his way to a classic car show in Birmingham. What a treat, he thought.
Yep.
However, when he opened the packet, he noticed the lack of ripple, believing it was a new cost-cutting measure. So he posted a picture on the Dull Men's Club Facebook page.
That's a Facebook page.
And it went viral. Thousands of members with some describing it as unsettling and hideous.
Oh, no.
I liked his attitude towards it, though. He said, the only reason I emailed was because I was interested in what might have caused it to happen.
Oh.
This is all I wanted to know. And they kept sidelining that question. He said, I think £2 is great. It'll be 2 free Mars bars. Maybe they could have sent me more, but I'm not being ungrateful. I think it's amazing after everything that's happened that I get a £2 voucher.
I think it's the small things, isn't it? Particularly for Mr. Seeger. He's 34 years old, by the way, and he's complaining about Mars bars.
He might be a hobby.
He's an
man.
opportunist. Have you ever
Shockingly, I
complained?
think he might be single as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Not anymore. He's a big dog in the Mars bar world.
Yeah.
Have you ever complained somewhere and been compensated?
So I didn't, but my sister-in-law rightfully complained. We went up to Harndorf for Mother's Day and we went to a pizza. It was like an outdoor pizza place. It was beautiful, stunning place, but we waited an hour and a half for our pizzas. So she complained. She, in a nice way, she wrote an email and just said it was unsatisfactory, blah, blah, blah. And they said, we're so sorry. We didn't have a proper chef. We had a chef call in sick. Here is
That's where things got nasty. I don't want excuses.
So we got a $200 voucher out of it. And then we went back and we had a beautiful experience and it was fantastic. So they turned our frowns upside down.
I'm also a people pleaser, but when I was at university, because I did marketing, one of the first things they taught us was how valuable and important complaints are.
Really?
So, yes, because how can you improve as a business if you're not taking feedback? So I think as long as you're not complaining like a knob and you're being nice about it, complaints are really valid.
That's that old expression, isn't it, about the squeaky wheel getting the most
fixed,
oil.
yeah.
100%. How were your spit-flavoured pizzas, by the way?